Welcome to More Based Off, where reactions are based on facts, commentary is based on experience, and every opinion is rooted in real talk. If you enjoy honest conversations, hit like, subscribe, and let's get into it. What is up, Hollywood besties? Look, I am going to be coming with another video after this one. Marcus is currently live. So I was recording this video and he went live. So we got to talk about that. But in the meantime, go ahead and listen to this video and I will be dropping another video about Marcus and him going live today. All right, y'all. Let's see what's going on.
The hype is gone, different perspectives, every voice is a shot, because real discussion is something this world forgot. If you've got an opinion, don't keep it inside. Pull up to the conversation, let your voice collide, and more based on
previously, and basically it was in a park after the park was closed, at nighttime, and he had the homeless lady stripped completely naked. And I can just remember thinking, because back at that time, he didn't have a spicy content site. It was a Patreon. He said he was going to start a Patreon, and that was where he was going to post basically. I can't remember if he was even calling this spicy content at that time. He was just saying he was going to post basically the stuff he couldn't post on YouTube because of course, the guidelines on YouTube and everything like that. So, of course, we knew it was going to be a little more racy and everything like that. And, things that, would be against YouTube's guidelines. So, but when I went over and I saw that, I'm like, now hold up. I didn't know you were going to be posting corn. Like, what's going on? So I remember I did watch it, being honest, I did watch it. Don't watch none of the stuff now that I knew, that's where it ended up going. I'm like, okay, I don't want to see none of this crap. But I did watch this because I was just like, I mean, literally, I was in shock. I'm like, what is he doing? Because again, it was a homeless lady. Clearly she was on drugs. And then he was telling her to do stuff, not just strip. He was telling her to do certain things. And I'm just sitting there looking like, am I seeing what I'm seeing? Like, what is he doing? And then you could hear in his voice, like, when someone's doing something that they know they have no business doing, you could hear it in his voice. And then not only could you hear that, you could hear like this kind of sound in his voice of like him being intrigued by it. And I'm just sitting there and I'm like, he can't be really doing this. Like, what is going on? And then I went on to think, like, this is crazy. Like, he can't think he's going to be able to do this and get away with it. Like, what the heck? Like, the lady is on drugs. She's homeless. And you got her doing all this. And you probably gave her, 20, 30 bucks to do this, And so I just remember thinking, like, this man has lost his mind. Like, I cannot believe that this is the type of content he is about to start posting. And like I said, at that time, it was on Patreon. And so I remember thinking at that time, even with Patreon, I'm like, do they even allow this type of content on Patreon? And so sure enough, that didn't last long on Patreon. Like, I want to say like a couple of days later, if you went on there, it said like basically that channel or whatever, how it works on Patreon, had been removed because of the fact that he was posting sexually explicit stuff on there. And so I was just like, how did he not know that wasn't going to fly on a platform like Patreon? Like, he just thought he was going to be able to be posting corn on there and they were just going to be like, oh, okay, and just let him do it, So that's when he transitioned over and started the website for it. But I think, so let me think. I don't want to give misinformation. So I guess maybe before they canceled that, he must have posted some other. Yeah, he did post another video on that Patreon. I think that next one was like, I think it was Polo and Feisty. And by the time he posted that, because of the outrage about him posting the homeless lady stripping in the park, he ended up deleting that one. So ends up, of course, Troy's World talked about it one night. And I ended up calling into Troy's World and just expressing like how crazy I just thought it was that he did that. And, and I just said, that's somebody's possibly mother, somebody's sister, somebody's daughter. And I was like, if that was, you know, one of my sisters or my mother, I would have a problem. Like, I'm like, you don't do that to people. These people at the end of the day are people's family members. That doesn't make it okay because they're homeless or they're on drugs that you can just exploit them like that and just have them do things that they wouldn't do if they were in their right mind. And you're gonna give them 20 or $30 so they can get more drugs. Like, it's like you don't do that to people. So I called in and I expressed myself on Troy's World. And then literally I think right after that Marcus calls in and in his egotistical ways he tries to justify. He calls in and say, I don't really understand what the uproar is about. I feel like it's fake outrage. We've heard him say that numerous times about, when people speak out against things he does. I just feel like it's fake outrage, and all of a sudden everybody has this moral compass, and he said, but do I not get a little bit of grace that this is just something new I'm trying. I'm still learning what direction I want to go with it, and I remember that night, Troy really kind of just broke it down to him, like, you can't do that. Like, no, this is not right. Like, you don't see what the problem is in that. And Troy really talked to him like kind of like how you would talk to a little brother. And but you could tell he didn't get it. He didn't really see anything wrong with it at the end of the day, you know. And so of course he continued to go on and post the videos, as we know. And then, like I say, Patreon shut him down. And then he went on to start the official spicy site. And so, to bring it to date, we see what has happened, But I just wanted to emphasize where it all started in the very first video, really how. All right, y'all, this recording cut off in the middle of my thought, but you all get the gist of what I was saying. Like, comment, share, subscribe, turn on those notifications. Let's talk about it in the comments. Alan Thompson, more based off. I'm going to be
down the headline, separating facts from the worst. No fear, no bias, no agenda to hide. Just real conversations from the other side. Hollywood lights, street stories, what's really going on? We ask the tough questions long after the hype is gone.
Thanks for watching More Based Off. If you enjoyed today's video, please like, subscribe, comment, and share this video with someone who would enjoy it too. Your support helps to grow the channel. If you'd like to support the channel even further, my Cash App is on the screen. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.